Good morning, it's Matt Bisogno from Geegeez here again, and in this short video I'd like to give you a sneaky peek into the new features that are coming soon to the Geegeez Racecards. Here on our test site you can see a slightly amended home screen for the race cards. Now do keep in mind that this is a test site and that things that look rather ugly and skewed at the moment will look more beautiful and finessed before they hit geegeez.co.uk. But so keep that in mind as I show you various features and functions which we've added or enhanced. So the first thing you'll notice is on the top right hand side of the main cards screen we've added a search box. Now this has been long overdue. Historically you've been able to search for horses, trainers or jockeys via the tracker function, but that hasn't been very well publicised by me. So this search box, front and right of centre, will help you to find whatever you're looking for. It'll be very intuitive, nice and easy, and yes, an obvious enhancement. If we now move on to the cards themselves, and let me select a race for this, you'll notice a couple of small but important differences in the card. The first difference is that we've added an icon to each horse with a little red X on it, and this is a feature which will enable you to exclude horses from your consideration. So clicking on the red X for Ogbourne Downs, for instance, moves that horse to the bottom of the screen and greys it out. So you can now see that we're left with the remaining horses, and if I want to continue to shortlist, I can do that ongoing. And now if I want to sort by odds, for instance, I'm only sorting the horses left in my shortlist. The same is true for all of the other table headings. So that's quite a nice little feature for those of you that like to shortlist. If I want to reinstate the horses, I just click the red X's again in the slightly opaque versions below, and they'll all be reinstated and reverted to their place within the sequence. The other thing that I've finally managed to get achieved is I've managed to integrate the tipping league into the cards themselves. So previously when you clicked on tip, it would take you to the tipping league page outside of the race cards, but now you can place your tip directly within the screen. Now this BSP is wrong again, it should be ISP, so ignore that. That will be fixed obviously before we go live. You can have win and each way, of course, and then just click on tip to place your tip, and to close the window, the red X. Moving on, the next thing that we've updated is the race analysis report. Now the race analysis report is a thing of wonderment and people absolutely love it, so we've been very conscious not to, if it's not broken, don't fix it, basically. So the default position for the data when you go to the race analysis report is exactly as it was. Nothing has changed. However, some people had asked for the ability to search within ranges. So for instance, if a horse's record in today's class of race is all very well, but what if it had previously won in a higher class? Well, now you can click on the range buttons and the data will amend to suit the ranges that you've selected. Another example is when you've got going, say the going is good to firm in places. You don't know if you're looking for a horse on good or good to firm ground, so using the range from good to firm, or in actual fact from good to firm to good, will give you the view encompassing all of those going descriptions in your range. And as you notice there, there is a sequential order from hard to heavy, and if you choose out a sequence you'll get grayed out responses. So do keep that in mind. If you don't get any data returned there, that's the reason why. And you can see if we sort the other way, we have the data. The only one the only ones that aren't sortable are course and rating, because we can't do ranges on course, and the ratings information is set up slightly differently from everything else. So anyway, these are the ranges that we've added. The existing race analysis report, if you don't touch any of the drop downs, the race analysis report will work exactly as it does currently. If you want to look at ranges of data there, you can do it. Just select the drop downs at the top. Now then, the next thing that we've been working hard on is the reporting function. Historically, we had a series of reports along the top, and now you can see that they've been added to a drop-down list. And what that enables us to do is to present the reports in a window, rather than previously it was in a pop-up. And I know certainly on mobile devices the pop-ups caused problems. And anyway, I think the data presents itself just a bit better in a window. So here's the head-to-head report, and we can see that by clicking on, I've sorted this by the number of runs, and if I click on, let's try Quan Yao, an old friend of mine. If I click on his name, I get a drop down showing his head-to-head performance against all his rivals today. We can see that he's largely beaten them, see the positions and the rival positions, but this is all presented in a very nice clean page format. So that's the head-to-head report. Horses for courses, again you're familiar with this one. In this we've got the win and place percentage plus profit and loss for win and each way, which is useful information. This is a new report, the jockey report, which we haven't previously had, and you can see that again we've got the data for runs, wins, places, win percent, place percentage, and win and place each way. We've also got buttons for the same four periodicities as trainer, which are 14-day form, 30-day form, and course 1 year form, and course form since 2009. Clicking one of the other buttons brings up the revised data. Now, one of the cool things with this report is, say I was taken by Freddie Tilitsky's Southall record. If I click on that line, I get a pop-up window which shows me Freddie's rides today at Southall. And you can see he's on Febrea Star and Sakash. If I click on these, it opens up the race itself with Febrea Star there and Freddie Tilitsky. So that's quite a nice way of looking at the jockey form, but then seeing how that relates to today's racing. I'm quite pleased with that as an addition. You'll also notice on the left hand side here we've got today and tomorrow. So the tomorrow information is only available from the evening when we receive the raw data, but historically the tomorrow data for the reports hasn't been available until sort of 2 a.m. on the day of racing. So in other words, there was no tomorrow data. Now for most reports that should be available from roughly 8 o'clock in the evening the night before racing, depending on when we receive the information from our data supplier. So again, that's another functional enhancement. Trainer report works in exactly the same way as the jockey report, and we can see here I can sort by places, why not, and we can see that David Pipe is having a very good time of it right now. If I click on David Pipe, just like with the jockeys, I can see what entries the trainers have this afternoon, which is again quite a useful tool. And finally, we've got the best of report, which a lot of you like. This is the composite of all of the race analysis reports into a single view, which can be sorted by going, class, course, distance, and field size. And as you'll also notice, we've got a today and tomorrow view on that report as well. So those are the things I can show you, but we've got more things coming soon as well as these. We've also got a new report for trainer jockey combos. So this is pretty cool because it drills down into a trainer or jockey's overall record and isolates those trainer or jockeys that they operate best with, and that data will be available, I'm hoping, within the next potentially within the next week to 10 days, and that's pretty exciting stuff. We've also got some form indicators which will appear right in the race card. Here's an artist's impression. In other words, here's something that I cobbled together. You can see this is the traditional view of the race card, and what you'll notice is on under trainer and jockey there are these little indicators, and they basically mean, as the text above suggests, 14 is for a trainer or jockey with 5+ runs in the last 14 days and a 20+% win, or 51+% strike rate, place strike rate from those runners. 30 is the same, but the qualification criteria on the number of runs is higher. C1 relates to the course 1 year performance, and C09 plus relates to the course performance since 2009. So how this will work is basically when you're looking at the cards, you'll just have this handy view on the right hand side in the trainer and jockey columns to help you understand if the trainer and jockey are either in good form currently or have a strong historical track record. That saves you tabbing backwards and forwards between the reports and the cards, and I think that will be a very useful addition. The other thing, as I've mentioned, the earlier publication of tomorrow's reports, hopefully that will be up and about within the next fortnight or so. And finally, we'll have a tip in every race. We will be adding in the very near future, if I can show you on here, the Racing Post verdict. So we receive our raw data from the Racing Post, and obviously we do lots more clever things than they do to add value, but a lot of people have asked for a tip in every race. We can't really provide that ourselves. We simply don't have the staff to do that. So we're happy to syndicate the verdict comments from the Racing Post man at the meeting, and I know that some of you will very much enjoy that. Again, that will be coming quite soon. I'm hoping that we'll be able to roll some of these things out before the end of this week, so that is by the 23rd of May. Now that might be ambitious, but that's what I'm working to. Certainly we'll have the vast majority of this content rolled out by the end of this month, and ready in time for Derby Day. So if you're already a gold subscriber, this is all good news for you, because it's just more and better information and content, and easier to access. If you're not already a gold subscriber, there are ways on the site that you can try this out, and I'll put a link to that beneath this video to facilitate that end. Okay, that's enough waffling from me. I hope you are excited and are interested with these new additions that we've got in the pipeline for Geegeez Racecards. This is Matt Bisogno saying thanks for watching, and bye for now.